This is Sammy Pierre Douay from Goat Whore, and you're watching CMS TV.
I'm not complaining, mind you, but it's just overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, I get it. Boy, do I get it.
I mean, it is just overwhelming. I cannot remember a time in my life where I have been just mentally just burned out.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I actually played that first song, Heat It Up and Burn It Out. As I just I was kind of thinking about that, but yeah, it's been a busy week, and you know, I've just been working, and when I get home, I'm just fried. I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anything. You know, I didn't even watch any TV this week. I just been in a fog.
Sure. Oh, I get it. I'm in the same exact boat, man. I'm doing 18, 19 hours a day. I'm sleeping here and there. You know, I'm trying my best to make sure I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep so I don't get sick and in the hospital like I did when we built Pinball PA.
Right.
But it has been a struggle with you know, the new business has me just running circles, you know, between work, maintaining the other two businesses.
Right, of course.
And, you know, and then dealing with Johnny's schedule. Thank fucking Christ he comes back Monday. Because
Johnny comes marching home again.
Oh, I can't wait. Just because I'll get a night's sleep. and it's not his fault. It's just we have things we have to discuss. I mean, literally.
Of course.
And, you know, so I've been literally going to sleep around 10 o'clock at night.
What?
Sleeping, but only sleeping till 1. Not staying asleep.
Right. At least it was a 3-hour nap.
It's a 3-hour nap because about 1:30, wherever Johnny is, I think he's in Switzerland or Norway or wherever the fuck he's in
a Scandinavian country.
Yeah, he's in somewhere fuckistan, you know, and it's 6 hours different. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, is when the texts and emails start. So I start getting texts about, you know, like I'll have sent him 400 emails or something during the day. And then all of a sudden my phone will start going off at 3 in the morning. Bloop, 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 bloop.
So it's like 9 o'clock wherever he is. 9
yeah,
in the morning.
It's him answering emails while he's eating breakfast or something, getting ready to travel to this festival or that festival, whatever he's doing. You know, I know he played BOA this weekend, the Baltic Open Air.
Okay.
Which is a big one. I think it was you want to talk about a weird lineup. The two names that I knew on the day he played were Hardline and Sepultura playing back to back.
Really? Yeah, those are very relatable bands.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you were in the crowd for that, you watched Hardline, then Sepultura, that's an interesting one too. Sepultura. That's right, Rev. Sepultura. But yeah, it's been same as with you, man. It's been busy. I'll tell you what, and I probably shouldn't tell this, but I'm going to anyway. Fuck privacy for a minute, because I'm not going to tell what we were doing. I had just the absolute thrill of my life in a way. I was doing tech support at 5 a.m. for Bob Daisley.
Is that right?
How fucking cool is that?
Yeah, there's a name from the past.
Holy shit. It's like I get this email, it's you know, it's Johnny, and he's looping me and he's saying, "Hey, can you help Bob with blah 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 blah?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I can."
Oh, sure. I'm like, and tell him you won't remove him from your records either.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. But dude, just you know, it is. I don't care how long we do this. I don't care how many people we meet. When you get a text from somebody that is been that big of a part of your fucking life, that, you know, that musically, that shit is just like, ooh, how did that happen?
Right.
You know, and I mean, Bob Daisley, Jesus Christ, how many Ozzy, Uriah Heep, Rainbow. Jesus Christ. This guy, half of my fucking collection.
Yeah, he's journeyman musician.
Yeah. But yeah, I was doing tech support at 5 a.m. for Bob Daisley.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the associations there.
Yeah, it's very cool. So I'm not complaining at all about being busy. I just could really use a good nap.
Yeah, I was tempted to stay in bed today again, and I thought, you know what, I'm burning my weekends out. I'm not doing anything, and it's just like I got to get up and do something.
Okay.
So I normally like do my laundry and stuff on Sunday. I just
Sure.
I'm going to knock that out today. I'm going to get that done today. Then I decided to go out. I haven't been out to my little favorite place for lunch in probably 6 weeks, the Radius.
Okay.
I haven't been there in at least 6 weeks, and so
Right.
I'm going to venture out and go have lunch at the Radius.
Sure.
And I've been on this vegetable diet, just vegetables mostly for the last probably 6 to 8 weeks, and I haven't eaten like full meals, so I ordered what I normally order.
Right.
I couldn't even eat it all because it's just like I'm just so used to not eating like full meals anymore.
Right.
That I didn't even eat the whole thing. I was just like I'm packed. I'm just stuffed, because I've just been kind of diminishing the intake, and
Right.
I was just like, holy shit, I can't eat anymore, so I had to leave half of it, because I was just like, geez, this is just too much. So then I decided I needed to get out. I have some couple posters and things that I needed that I've had hanging around here, and I needed frames for them.
Sure.
And I thought, okay, I'm gonna go over to the Hobby Lobby because they carry a lot of frames and things over there. And so while I'm walking through Hobby Lobby, I'm always looking at their little knickknacks and shit that you hang on the wall. And my studio, I always have kind of rock and roll shit on the wall. So I walked through there, and I found a couple of these old metal signs that I put in that little bathroom and then my downstairs, that little 50s bathroom,
Right.
the one you puked your guts out in.
Right.
And it's kind of made up like a 50s bathroom. It's got like jukeboxes and old memorabilia, old road signs and auto things. So I picked up like an old Sunoco sign and a Chevy sign and things that I'm going to put in there.
That's cool.
And a couple of things for the studio, and picked up a couple of frames. So I walked up to the checkout, and this is why I rarely ever go to a store for anything. But there's some lady standing at the checkout, blah, 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 blah. She's buying these fake flower things, these wire flower things, and a couple of pots. And, she's looking for more of these stems that she's buying, and they don't have any. And then she's standing there explaining to the lady at the cash register exactly how she's going to arrange them. And, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to put this. I mean, the whole thing, and just standing there. And there's like 8 people in line directly behind her.
Yeah.
It's like that. Well, the story gets good. You're going to like this.
All right, good.
So there's only one cash register open.
Okay.
And yada, 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 on and on and on. And she won't shut up. And the checkout, I don't know what she was, like a manager or something.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I follow what you're saying. Yeah, that's really cool. Good luck with that. Yeah, I hope that's, I hope that we're, trying to like wrap it up.
Move it along, bitch. Move it along.
So one by one, these cashiers come out of I don't know where, and they open up the next cash register, and 2 and 3 people ahead of me, they step over, and I'm like left, and I'm standing there waiting, and this lady is, and then I'm going to take these, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to bend them this way, and then I'm going to add more here, and then I'm going to, just on and on and on.
God.
So this cashier, she comes sneaking up behind me and grabbed me by the arm real quick, and she goes, so I walked over to this cashier, and she opens up her register, and the manager lady who was down there talking to this loudmouth,
Yeah,
comes walking over, and she goes, I'm sorry I had to pull you away to come up and open the cash register, but if I just let her stand there, she's just going to go on and on and on and on while everybody stacks up. Isn't that right, sir? And I looked and I said, well, it's a good thing I don't make it a habit of punching women. And the guy, there was a guy in the lane behind me with him and his wife, and he just let out the biggest goddamn laugh.
That's funny.
Just like that. And the two ladies, they just looked at me and she goes, what? And she goes, and I said, never mind. And she goes, did you say what I thought you said? I said, I don't know. What did you think I said? And she and she just was kind of like dumbfounded. Well, here's one of the things that this is one of the things that I bought for the studio. It's like a little replica mic.
Old school mic.
Yeah, exactly. So the cashier, she picks up the mic and she holds it toward me like this, and she goes, would you like to announce that to the store, sir?
Nice.
So she rings me up. I walk out of the store. I go to the car, and you know me with my car. I park my car away from everybody.
Right.
I'll be goddamned if somebody didn't park shoehorn their big pickup truck right next to my car. And I purposely parked down the aisles away from everybody.
Right.
And here's a pickup truck just right next to me.
Some fucking dickbag that...
Well,
he probably has the same idea as you, except he's stupid about it and parks next to you, thinking, well, that car's safe. I'll park next to it.
So I'm putting my bag in the car on the passenger side, and I turn around, and here comes the guy that laughed out loud in the line behind me.
Oh, nice.
And he and his wife and kid, they're walking up, and he goes, nice car, sir. You know, just like, right. almost like trying to be almost being like ultra respectful or something because of what I said in the store. Right. You know, it's just like, just kind of funny. But one of the other reasons I went to the Hobby Lobby is I had to go get a frame for this.
Okay.
And I wanted to show everybody.
Oh, look at you. Oh, look at this guy. A certified coach. Man, that $3,000 bought you a nice piece of paper.
That's $4,000.
$4,000.
$4,000.
It's an expensive ass piece of paper.
So anyway, I just wanted to show everybody that, and I wanted to again thank everybody who participated in the sample coaching classes that I conducted during the time that I was in the training course.
Yeah.
I had some very good discussions and some good fun dialogue with a lot of you, and some of you have come back, and even with the single coaching session have told me that they resolved whatever little thing that they were, dealing with at the time.
Sure.
And some of you have continued with their coaching sessions rather.
Right.
With me. So again, I just wanted to say thank you. And I was successful, and I did it with the help of the CMS. So I appreciate everybody who participated and sent well wishes, and who were very helpful in helping me move along in my new career path, or one of my new career paths.
Right. Exactly.
So there you are.
Well, there you go.
There's proof in the pudding for you.
Look at this guy. A graduate.
Yeah, so it's never too late.
It is just a random question. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but you would know the specifics, not me.
Yes, it's P.O. Box 1251, Crown Point, Indiana, 46308.
And if you didn't catch it when he read it, look in the playback.
Yeah, well, no, isn't it on the website? I thought it was on.
It might be. Yeah.
P.O. Box 1251, Crown Point, Indiana, 46308.
That's right. So there you go. There's your P.O. box.
Yeah, there you are. So who sends a CD unless it's like signed? I mean, can't you, like, can't you send MP3s or anything? You can't email an MP3 link or something.
Yeah, or something. I mean,
I
CDs.
mean, if it's like a physical product, obviously I love physical product, and I
Yeah.
have plenty of it. But unless it's like something special, like signed or something, I don't know. I mean, not
Yeah.
that I'm not grateful to get a CD, but still, it's just in this day and age, I am taking the approach of Chris Akin. Yeah, I just throw it in the trash.
Throw it right away.
I listen to it. If I like it, I'll burn it and keep it. Then I'll just throw it away. I'll toss it like a frisbee.
That's exactly it too. That's what I do.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I don't
need
that stacked up around my house.
Exactly correct, sir.
If it's not as cool as my last Led Zeppelin ticket, I'm not even going to keep it.
That's right. See, now you're getting it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you pick up a little bit from me. I pick up a little
That's
bit.
right.
From you. So,
Although you'll never dumb down to not collecting anything like me.
No, I do like the memorabilia. I do like that stuff. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm just a fan.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, I have nothing to talk about. I mean,
Nothing.
literally.
Well,
nothing.
yeah, just burned out.
I didn't do anything this week. We had a tornado here.
Yeah? Did
Yeah.
it take the roof off?
Didn't take my roof off. My mom still doesn't have power. They're telling her maybe late Monday, maybe early Tuesday before she has power.
So is she living with you now?
No, I asked her if she wanted to stay here for a couple of days. She said no, she said it's like camping. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's like camping.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
She's staying in her fucking dark house.
It's like camping.
I'm like, she came over here yesterday, brought all of her frozen food.
Yeah, perishables, yeah.
Yeah, put all of her stuff in because I've got one of those deep freezers.
Sure.
And believe me, with me and my son only living here, it ain't full. So there was plenty of room in there for her shit. So, but yeah, I said to her, I said, hey, I got the extra room if you want. Oh, no. I'll just.
She didn't accidentally bring her frozen bag of money and put it in there, did you?
That would be nice. I could use that. I think I got to wait for her to die before I get that, though.
Some older folks have a tendency to hide their money in the freezer.
Yeah, I think my mom's trying to spend it all. I don't think she's looking for there to be too much money in the old account at the end.
Right. I'll tell you a quick story. My dad, his second wife, his mother-in-law lived with him until she passed away a few years ago.
Right.
And she had a house of her own. And for some reason, after my dad's wife passed away, his mother-in-law decided that, she was going to stay there at the house for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe because she was just lonely or getting older or whatever the case may be. But she lived at my dad's house for several years before she passed away. And
okay.
She kept her own home, and
sure,
so on and so forth. But she had a deep freeze.
Okay.
And it quit. The motor went out or something, and everything just melted.
Mm-hmm.
And they would make trips over there maybe once a week or something like that to pick up the mail and just check, make sure everything is secure, and maybe have the lawn mowed or something like that. And so my dad went in the house and could smell the rotten food
right
rotting, and went downstairs, and of course there's melted ice all over the floor and water, and the place stinks to high heaven. And
sure.
So my sister and my dad went over there to clean out the freezer to get rid of it. And there's a bag of money in there.
Wow.
And so the thing is that during the time that his mother-in-law was living with him, she didn't pay for anything.
Right.
And the way that it worked out, it was kind of a weird arrangement that my dad did very well for himself in life. And so his wife who passed away from a brain tumor, she left everything that she had and her own stuff. She left it to her mother.
Right.
And her mother left everything that she had to her daughter.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, if I go first, you get all my shit.
Right.
If I go, you get all my shit.
Right.
Well, during the time that his mother-in-law was living with him, he would just kind of kid with her a little bit, say, hey, Ma, don't you think you should kick in around here, if you're going to stay here for all this time? He didn't mean it. He was just kind of kidding with her.
Sure.
And she told him, she says, don't you worry about that. Everything that I have goes to you. So, whenever my time comes, you just get everything.
Okay.
So he got her whole estate, obviously what his wife left has her mother, and he just got the whole ball of wax. That included her house and her pension and her savings and her whatever else it was a sizable thing. So, my dad does very well on his own. Then he accumulated everything she left him on top of that. So my dad's like, well, what am I going to do with 3 houses? My dad had the house that we lived in and my sister was living in. Then he had the house that he and his wife lived in. Now he's got his mother-in-law's house.
Jeez.
And he's just like, what am I going to do with 3 houses? Right. So he looked into selling the mother-in-law's house. And, with new regulations and all this and that, it's a suburban house. So it's got the septic tank system and everything.
Okay.
And so they require to sell the house. He would have had to upgrade this whole septic tank system. And it takes this, what do you want to mixing motor thing in there, and had to upgrade it to this and that standard and this, that. And it was going to be cost X amount of dollars. And
right.
And so my dad just gave the house away to his wife's stepdaughter.
Oh, nice.
He said, you know what? Here's the deed. Just take it.
Yeah, here. Give me a buck.
Yeah, just take the house. Then the other house, he gave it to my sister. He goes, here, you take that house.
Why can't I ever get that break?
He says, I you know what? I just don't need all this. Just take it.
That's awesome.
So he just gave it away.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny you bring this up. My mom has told me that she's leaving me her house.
Yeah.
Out there in Kent. And me and my son were talking about it the other day, and I hate my house. I hate this house.
Right.
It was my ex-wife's house. It's not my house. She wanted it. We bought it. Then I got stuck with it.
Right.
I could give 2 fucks about this house, honestly. Quite honestly. My mom has a real nice house. But she doesn't have the good internet like I do here. They don't have that internet that I have here.
Okay.
And I really don't think I would move. I really, truly don't think I could go back to regular internet.
Sure.
I think I would stay in a house that I don't like rather than have slower internet.
Well, maybe eventually they'll upgrade the system in that area or something.
Well, she needs to hang on for a little while longer so I don't have to pay top property tax on 2 places. Because I'll tell you, if they get the internet over there and she passes away and leaves me the house, keys are on the floor. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I'm not even going to try and sell it here. Fuck you. Do whatever. Yeah. Foreclose. I don't give a shit. Just get rid of it.
Well, getting back to the bag of money my dad found
in
the freezer. I mean, there was a point to the story.
Okay.
She never even mentioned it.
Okay.
So because he had to go pick up her prescriptions and various other things, he just paid for it out of that bag of money.
Okay.
Rather than just, instead of asking her for money or something, he just took it out of that bag. It's like, oh, I got to pick up your prescription. No problem.
Right.
He just would just peel off whatever amount out of the bag and pay for it like that.
That's funny. How much money was in the bag?
I have no idea. I never asked. I don't get into that kind of stuff. I don't care.
I mean, it must have been,
I'm sure it was probably about 10 grand or more.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if it's more than that, though, it would be a pretty big, sizable bag.
Yeah.
You would think.
I mean, I don't know. He held on to it and just, paid her expenses out of it, whatever it was. And
right.
And he was going to inherit it anyway, but that's just how he worked it. And she never mentioned it. She goes, oh, by the way, because when the freezer went bad, she didn't say, oh, there's a bag of money in there.
Right.
Probably forgot about it.
Probably did.
It's just one of them things, but that's what older people do. So you might want to check your freezer and see if there's accidentally
I'll see
a bag of money in there somewhere.
I'll see. I'll have to look later on today, see what's up.
Too funny. But,
Knowing my luck, though, I'd go spend it, and my mom would be like, "Oh, I need that bag of money that was in here." I'd be like, "Fuck, I got like $32 left, Mom."
32 pennies in a ragu jar.
That's right. Yeah, I found that. I found that money, Mom. You left $18 in there. Remember?
Yeah.
Don't mind me, but I just paid off my house note.
Right. Exactly.
By coincidence.
Sure. Did you say there was a bag of money in there?
What?
Can you describe the bag of money?
Yeah. Do you have the serial numbers?
Right.
That'd be me too.
Yeah, let me check it against the ones that are in my wallet here.
Yeah, let me check against the ones that were in the bag that I found. I don't believe you, Mom.
That's too funny. But yeah, that's a weird thing. It's like camping.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's like camping. I was like, "What are you, fucking stupid?" I was like, "You can stay." First, I offered to stay here. Then I was like, "Well, do you want me to get you a hotel room or something?" You know, because I don't know. I mean, we got hit pretty good. I will say. I personally didn't get hit real bad. I mean, our power flickered on and off a few times.
Yeah.
Enough times that my son kind of went around the house and unplugged shit and turned shit off and stuff to make sure that computers wouldn't get blown out. Or they flickered, I'd say maybe 5 or 6 times. But yeah, it was pretty gnarly, man. For I don't know, about 30 minutes here. It really felt like it was like a tornado hitting. It was like the guy across the street. He has a American flag on a pole.
Uh-huh.
That motherfucker got shredded. I mean, it is shredded laundry hanging out there now. And the trees were all bowing way over and stuff. I was like, damn, this is like some. I don't know. I didn't look at the weather to verify it or not, but I would say it was probably a good 50, 60 miles an hour wind and definitely pouring like a motherfucker. I mean, it was really raining hard to where it just sounded like people were throwing rocks at my house or something.
Well, so it sounds like you've had an adventure over there.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I know my son was out there today cutting, like we had half a tree fall in the backyard, so he had to cut that up and drag that shit out of here.
Sure, absolutely.
You know. Then, speaking of tree cutting down, I didn't tell you this story, did I, about the neighbors?
No.
These fucking cunts strike again.
Is this the one with the minivan?
This is the one that called the police on me.
Yeah, with the kids making noise on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. So and people at home won't get this fully, but there's a kind of an undrawn property line between my house and that guy's house. And it's like a little hill, sort of. There's like my property is probably a foot higher than his. There's like a step down.
Yeah.
And on that line, there's always been these trees that got to be 150 years old. Big, giant, I don't know how tall they are, 30, 40 feet high trees. This fucking jizzball hires a company to cut down the trees that are on his side of the property line.
Okay.
I know it's within his right. I get that. He's perfectly allowed to do that. Does he even come by and knock on the door like a courtesy, which I would do if I was cutting them down, since they are right on the property line? No. No courtesy, no nothing. 5 days, 5 fucking days of... Yeah, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Guys up in the trees cutting pieces off. Other guys grinding up the pieces.
Right.
For 5 fucking days.
Right.
In the midst of doing this fucking guy, or not the guy, but the guys he handled, or he hired, they had to move the power line from my house, that because it kind of ran in with the trees.
Right. It intermixed with the trees.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just moved it and left it hanging in my yard. So it was hanging a foot off the ground. So any fucking deer or raccoon or anything, squirrel, could jump on it and tear out my power, right? So I didn't know if they were done. They still have a huge pile of fucking trees in their yard. So I didn't know if they were done or they were coming back. Because again, I wasn't even notified that this shit was happening, right?
Right.
So what happens? I get a note on my door from the fucking city that I need to fix the power line.
It's like, I didn't take it down.
I was like, I got nothing to do with this fucking shit.
Right.
So I called the power company, and they couldn't have been cooler. They actually took care of it within maybe 8 hours from the time I called them. That was actually good. But I was so goddamn mad that now the city has me on record for another fucking violation that I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do with it. And I don't know if they keep track of that shit or what, but, you know, I've had several times that they've come over here and said, cut the grass.
Right.
You know, I've had that happen quite a few, 3-4 times, because I just don't do that shit. But this pissed me off to no end because I didn't touch anything. You know, I wasn't up there cutting fucking trees down.
You're just standing there going, I'm just a victim of circumstance.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I was so mad that I called the city and asked them if they had a permit, because if they didn't have a permit, I was going to fucking sue them.
Right.
But they actually had a permit. Because I literally was going to sue them for damaging my fucking yard, for damaging my power line.
Sure.
Because I was so fucking pissed off about it. This fucking guy, God, I hope he has a stroke.
And like a good neighbor.
Fuck that. Fuck him and his retarded kids and his fat wife. Fuck him.
Neighbors.
Oh, I hate it. I absolutely, and it's crazy because my neighbor across the street get along with great, he's been there like 15 years or whatever.
Sure.
Get along with him great. The neighbor next to me here, he's a customer of mine too for years. I mean, we're great friends. And when he cut down trees on the other side of the house, he came over and said, hey, do you care? And you know what I said? Do whatever you want to do.
Just don't put a power line in my yard that I'll get in trouble.
Yeah. But I told him if they were on my side and they were hanging over and he wanted them out, cut them out. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Cut them all down. You know me. I'm not exactly Johnny Nature. You know, you can fucking pour gasoline on them and light them up as long as it doesn't touch my house.
Right, of course.
I don't care.
And as long as it doesn't ruin my good internet.
Yeah, exactly. Don't wreck my internet and keep my lights on.
Exactly.
You do those two things, we're good.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I was fucking furious when I looked out my window and saw this fucking power line was no higher than a foot off the ground, hanging off the ground. I was like, you motherfuckers.
So the power company came out. What did they do? They
just restrung it. They didn't even disconnect my power. They just pulled it. Because I guess it probably had, I know it wasn't zip ties or whatever, but whatever they use for power lines to keep them attached. Because you know how they're all bundled.
Yeah.
You know,
they usually have like a braided cable.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they just I'm sure they just cut that when they were cutting the trees down to loosen it so that it wouldn't interfere when they were cutting the trees down. But they didn't fix the fucking thing. It's like, you fucking jizzbag fuck faces. I was pissed.
I was actually thinking about you today, this afternoon. I know you've seen it before, but with you going on your tirade there, weaving your profanities in and out, I stumbled across that documentary that was put out years ago called The Winnebago Man.
I don't know that one.
Are you sure?
Maybe if I saw it, I'm
the guy who was doing the marketing videos for Winnebago, and he would just start cussing and swearing like crazy.
Let me look.
Look it up on the YouTube's Winnebago Man.
On the tube of you?
Yes, Winnebago Man.
There's the documentary.
We'll see if you can find the clip of just the Winnebago Man.
Let's see. Share screen.
There you go.
The Winnebago concepts and engineering departments have developed a multifunctional bathroom. Privacy, I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. I wonder what the fuck the real dialogue is. What the fuck is this thing? All of the windshield, for fuck's sake. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I say? That didn't sound for shit, did it? Trying to give these guys everything they can get. I mean, that's it. Fuck it. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. We suppose we open... Gotta do it again, right now. Oh, fuck. 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 Oh, fuck. Shit. Tony, do me a favor, will you please? Will you? Will you do me a kindness?
Leave.
Yeah.
I think I want to be walking in and out if you're going to fuck up and I got to come back.
I don't make any difference to me at this juncture.
Just leave.
just keep playing it. It's too goddamn funny. This just reminds me of you. When I ever see this, I think this is Chris Akin.
I've never seen this.
All right.
It is definitely. It might be my dad, maybe. Who knows? Here we go.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tony. Don't slam the fucking door. No more. Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day from anyone. That includes me. It's going to be very hot. It's going to be very uncomfortable for everybody. Want anybody yelling? We get anybody yelling around here anymore today, and then the shit is going to hit the fan. And they fit the needs of a very diverse buyer segment. Why can't I remember? I wrote this stuff. Why can't I remember it? Why don't I say it fucking right? What does the goddamn line say, Tony? What is the goddamn line? I don't give a shit what the line is. I fucked up the word rear. I can't even read the fucking VO straight. What the fuck was that? We got flies all over the fucking place. Son of a bitch. Get out of here, you fucking flies. There's a fly over the headlight, Tony. We got flies coming for us. Fuck out of here, you flies. We got 3 flies, 5 flies. And if you will, make sure, we don't have that fly on the left side, on the passenger side, because we don't have that in frame, but make sure we don't have any flies here.
All right, what is the documentary about? Just the fact that this guy just keeps swearing?
Well, what happened is that this was made in 1988. This was, people were doing this underground tape trading thing with the VHS.
Yeah. Okay.
And what had happened was this guy was a marketing guy for Winnebago.
Okay.
And so because he was so verbally abusive all the time, the guys that he worked with took all the outtakes and they edited together in this one long montage.
Right.
And because people were just so shocked by it or found it amusing or just couldn't believe it, it just got traded during the tape trading days until the internet hit.
Okay.
Well, when the internet hit, it got reviewed by some TV show or something like on VH1 or something.
Sure,
like that, about one of the best internet viral videos.
Right.
This was early in like 2005 when YouTube kind of first launched.
Mm-hmm.
It was still kind of the Wild West of videos. Well, this resurfaced. And it became a viral video because it was like, Jesus, do you ever see the angriest man in the world? And became the Winnebago Man.
Right.
Nobody knew anything about this guy. And so there was this film guy who taught film at some college in Texas or something like that. He thought it'd be kind of interesting to find out, where the hell is this guy? Who was he? What did he do? Where did he go?
Right.
So he did his interweb research and stuff, and he found this guy, and he was like a park ranger, like some kind of a forest ranger, like way up in like Northern California, like right along the border of Oregon,
Sure.
Out in the middle of nowhere, away from everybody and everything. And he tracked this guy down and basically said, did you know that compilation video of you is a viral sensation that, people want to know what the story was. And he had no interest in talking about it. He was acted as if he didn't know anything about it and wasn't aware of it and was just like, whatever, it wasn't a big deal. I don't know anything about it. I don't care about it. That was so long ago.
Right.
Well, then the true story is the reason he ended up away from everybody was because of that video. And he was so pissed about it that he had to get away from quote unquote civilized society because people were aware of it and kind of drove him to live like a recluse.
Jesus
And
Christ.
So he wanted to kind of tell his story, but he was a former, like a broadcaster.
Okay.
He actually was a news guy here in Chicago at one point.
Right.
And he wanted to get his story out there, but he also wanted to talk about, broadcasting, and he had a book on different things, and he thought, well, I'll do the documentary and tell you my story, but I might use this as a vehicle to try to get, my projects out there. You know what I mean? If
Sure.
people are interested in what I did back in '89 or whatever, they might be interested in, what I got going on now.
Right.
And that's basically how it worked. And he couldn't believe that people were enamored with this thing. He thought it was slanderous. He thought it was a slanderous thing. And he actually looked into suing the production team that he worked with for editing that together and putting it out there.
Yeah, he has no lawsuit.
Well, I know. Well, that's why it never went anywhere.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. He thought about it because it was just like, this is slanderous. This is like ruining my credibility and, all this other stuff. And so it's about an hour, maybe about a 90-minute video or documentary called The Winnebago Man.
Yeah, somebody said it's on Tubi. So
yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
But
I love the Tubi.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I love the Tubi. Tubi's great. Yeah, I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah, there's another one out there that I like too called Shut Up, Little Man.
That one I've seen.
Shut up, little man.
Yeah, that one I've definitely seen. We talked about that on the show before.
We did.
Yeah, that was a good one too. So
yeah, but for some reason that Winnebago Man popped up for me today, and I started watching it and laughing about it. It said, "There's Chris right there." God damn it!
Yeah, and then on cue, I'm ready to go.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
That's right.
I think the funniest part of that Winnebago montage is when he was talking about the flies. He calls a fly a jackass. Get off there, you jackass.
What a goof.
Always makes me laugh to watch that guy, though. He's
he's all pissed.
he just, it's like, man, take it easy. But he was feisty, all the way up into his year. I guess he passed away this past May.
Okay.
He was like 93. He passed away. So
they bury him in a broken Winnebago.
Yeah, they buried him in a big Winnebago box. Yeah,
too funny.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Well, rest in peace, Winnebago Man.
Yeah, it was funny. Like
that is funny.
But again, I was watching that and I thought, this is Chris.
Yeah.
And then sure as shit, here you come right out the gate. But goddamn son of a bitch neighbor.
It does. It's annoying, man. It's like, man, I've lived here forever without any issues from anybody.
Right.
Have you ever, even off the air, have you ever heard me complain about my neighbors? Until like the last 2 years.
No, I mean, it's just been recently, just, when I was having the issues with the HOA here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's just been recent, especially this year with the fucking police and now these fucking trees. It's like, why can't everybody, why can't we Rodney King this thing? Why can't we all just get along?
Just get along.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I actually just want to not even know you exist. And I tried to be cool with these guys, with him and his dumb fucking kids always running up in my yard when they're playing football or soccer or whatever. I'm going to start stabbing their fucking soccer ball with a knife or something.
I'll stab you in the head with a knife.
Yeah, you fucking melonhead dicks. Get out of my yard. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, Gavin McGinnis. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, you fucks.
Exactly.
Tell your fat mom to eat a carrot.
Right. All right. Well, we got a guest coming up here in the next segment. So
We do.
it's near the top of the hour already.
Yes.
So we might as well just take a break and play a couple of 2-3 songs and get him on the air with us and check in with him. And
I told him 10:15. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Yep.
Didn't realize. Okay. Well, I mean, by the time I play 4 songs and stuff,
Yep, it'll be time. So.
it'll be close. And I'm going to play this for you.
All right.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
All right. Well, we're gonna get rolling here. So let's pick a tune to get us pumped up and ready. So what should we play?
Let's go with some Ozzy. I'm in the mood for Ozzy since I was talking to Bob Daisley. Fool Like You from Ultimate Sin.
All right.
How's that?
Okay, we will do it. All right. Well, we're going to play a few songs, and we'll come back with our studio guest, who's checking in after a little hiatus there, and we'll see what he's doing and catch up.
Sounds good.
He's a CMS fan favorite for most of us, except Jackal.
Well, that narrows it down to everybody.
Right. So, Jackal, you might want to tune out for the next hour.
Yeah, this hour is not presented for you, Jim. Probably most of the other stuff, because I ain't gonna lie. Most of my topical stuff is all political shit tonight, which is I know is very rare for me, but I have been on a political just fucking tantrum this week. So,
all right. Well, we'll see how the night goes. So here it is. It's Ozzy Osbourne from the Ultimate Sin release with a Fool Like You exclusively here
on your classic metal show.